Servus my friends, Martin here. Today I will give you my review of the new Babymetal album Metal Force. So Babymetal is back again with the new album Metal Force. As they said themselves, they went beyond metal. But with this collab heavy album, will this actually work? Find out my verdict in this video. Short answer, it's a bold collab showcase with some of Babymetal's darkest songs on one hand, but also with some very high energy classic Babymetal bangers that will make you want to dance and get you in the groove. How I will rank this album in general among Babymetal's albums so far, I will show you at the end of this video. So please stay along and let's find out after it goes through all the tracks. Maybe a bit of a context on myself. I've been a Babymetal fan since the start of the pandemic. I knew of them before, but let's say when I first heard of them during the mid-10 years, I was more into serious metal, let's say this way. But during the pandemic, the high energy sound of Babymetal was just what I needed. And since then, I've been totally hooked and was on every tour since then when they came to Europe. So that means I was quite hyped for the new album, but did it live up to my hype? So maybe a little bit on the album context itself. Metal Force arrives with quite a stacked guest list with who is who among some of the metal's fastest rising new artists, among them Olivia or Spiritbox or Electric Callboy. 7 of the 10 tracks are features and collabs. Only 3 are originals. Also of the whole track list, about half was already released beforehand, so I was quite stoked for the new tracks. And now, let's go to the tracks. Okay, it starts out with From Me to You featuring Poppy. It has been produced by Jordan Fish of former Bring Me to Horizon fame. He is also the producer of Kingslayer, the feature with Bring Me to Horizon and Babymetal. And I think the style is quite similar. Some big cinematic synths in there and a pop metal punch to it. The breakdown, the final breakdown goes brutal as hell. But there's just one small thing that's bugging me out, and that's Poppy's screams. I'm not the biggest fan of them, to be quite honest. They sound quite harsh, and it's technically might even be okay, but it just does not sound very pleasing to my ears. So every time the screams come up, I'm like a little bit of flinching in my seat. That should not be this way. So yeah, that's... Beside that, it's a banger of a track, great chorus, and a great start to the album. Let's go on to Ratatata. Ratatata was released already a year ago. I think, yeah, it was last summer. And since then, since hearing it for the first time and watching the excellent music video, I'm hooked. I was like, this is the perfect collab. It does not feel like only Babymetal, only Electric Callboy, but it does really feel like a full-on 50-50 collab, and that's what both bands said that it was essentially. And the best of both worlds, the Electric Callboy's party metal energy, Babymetal's magic in the chorus, and the Kawaii touch. Awesome. I love it. I had the pleasure to seeing it live twice on at Rockin' Park last year, first during Electric Callboy set and then again during Babymetal sets with both of them on stage. Yeah, great, one of my favorites on the album. Okay, song 3, which was not released too long ago. I love it. I love it. I was a bit skeptical. I'm not the biggest fan of Slot to Prevail, and so I was thinking before, will this really work out? And it did. It's like such a great combination of silly and brutal. Like, obviously, there's a lot of Japanese wordplay on the number 3 in there, and that's the hook of the song, more or less. But the breakdowns, so brutal. And I love the fact that Momo Metal is in the focus of that with her own growls and her own harsh vocals, and she does it perfectly. So yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. The next one is Kong Kong featuring Bloody Watch. And I have to say, it's my least favorite of the album. Why? I like some single elements of the track, And I mean, I don't hate it, but for me, I don't really I can't really grasp the rhythm of the track. I think the single segments don't flow too nicely into each other. And so it's just like too disjointed, and I don't feel it. I don't feel it, unfortunately, which is a shame, because the other collaboration of Babymetal and Bloodywood, Beckhoff, on the Bloodywood side, it's excellent. I dig this a lot. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed for that. I already saw Kong Kong live. It's the same. It did not work live for me either. I did not know how to vibe to it, really. Yeah, I know quite some fans love it. Not for me. Then comes Kawaii, the first pure Babymetal track of the album, and one of the unreleased tracks beforehand. And to say it's quite different than anything else Babymetal did before. That, I don't know how to say it, maybe a bit of a heavy metal trap style. Yeah, wild mixture, but it works. That's exactly the Babymetal charm, tackling genres where you did not think that they will work out, and they do. And I mean, Sue can obviously do everything. Here she does a pure on rap verse in English, and she nails it. So yeah, great. And the ad-libs in the background, like small things like brr, and so it's too cute, too cute. Sunset Kiss by Bolivia is the next one. And just like as the feature with Bolivia on Metal Galaxy, it's just chill and relaxed with a complex guitar plays, but that don't feel like just complex for the sake of complexity, but like flowing along and getting you in a chill, relaxed vibe. So it's a bit of a cool down during the album, but something where I can just lay back and enjoy. A big contrast is the next track, My Queen, featuring Spirit Box. And I think that's one of the darkest songs Babymetal did in general. I already did a reaction video on it here. So right from the start, the guitar riffs are very moody and dark with an industrial edge to it. And Sue comes out with a very, let's say, talky verses. Also a style I think Sue never did before. Once again, she can do everything, and it sounded very nice. Then comes the chorus. Excellent, very catchy chorus, going back again to very dark verses, and then leading to the part of Courtney from Spirit Box, which is excellent. She totally nails her part also. And here, in contrast to Poppy on the first track, this works very well. And I think nothing against Poppy, but had someone with a more like vocal style of Courtney done that harshes in From Me to You, I would have loved it way more. And the music video, that whole chessboard thing with the My Queen theme, obviously, also very nice to see. Going on to Algorism, this feels like a very natural evolution and a very classic Babymetal sound. It seems like an upgrade or enhancement of Syncopation, and Syncopation is already a great track. I think most of Babymetal fans will agree on that. And in general, I think Algorism is a track that would also sit very well on Metal Galaxy. And also I love that it's very much in Japanese. So not so many tracks that are mainly in Japanese anymore on the album. This is one of them. I dig it. And yeah, so great track. As the second to last track, we got Metali, which is also the oldest track on this album. Nearly 2 years ago it was released, if I'm not mistaken, and I really liked it from the start. First, it was the first track with Momo as an active member, so it will always have a special place in my heart for that alone. But also, I dig the strong Japanese folk influences in there, like the, I don't know, shamisen or so, how that instrument is called, and the whole matsuri, like Japanese festival influences in there. And it's a strong call and response song, so it works so well live. one of my new favorites live. I love it. And then at the end comes that crescendo where it all rises towards that solo with Tom Morello and the speed picks up and it's just like always louder, louder, louder. And perfect, perfect. And then we come to the closer, White Flame. My God, I was hoping for quite a lot, seeing that it's for one written by Sue and that a leader of the Kami's bands played the guitars in the studio for that. So I had my hopes up for it. Man, it surpassed all my hopes. This is such a banger. This is such a banger. Just such a power speed metal bomb that starts with blast beats and double bass right from the start, going on through the tracks. And it's this brutally good and excellent 1 minute guitar solo in the middle. Yeah, great. Sue also awesome. And this is like very classic Babymetal. This is what I love about them. This is what I think a lot of you guys also dug when you fell in love with Babymetal. This is in the vein of Road to Resistance and all those greats. My God, such a great track to end the album. And yeah, one of the best ones on it. Now that we went through all the tracks, let's come to some final thoughts. Maybe as it's so collab heavy, I will give you my 3 favorite collab. And not in general if those are the best tracks, but they work best as collabs. And I think my favorite of those, you saw it, is Ratatata. It's like the perfect collab. Like really both bands shine and make each other better during the track. The other one, to my surprise, is song 3 with Slaughter to Prevail. The brutalness of Slaughter to Prevail combined with that silly track, masterclass. And then the last one I would say is my Queen with Spirit Box. The dark vibes of Spirit Box give a nice, unusual touch to Babymetal that also worked out perfectly. So, nothing against the other collabs, but those 3, just from a collab perspective, are my favorites. Now coming to the 3 non-collab songs. The 3 only Babymetal songs. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Kawaii, totally unexpected what we got here in that trap metal style. Algorism, classic Babymetal in the syncopation vein, very mature, very excellent. And then White Flame, that power speed metal banger. That's a top Babymetal track in general, in my opinion. All 3 total bombs, essential Babymetal right from the start. And honestly, I wish there were even more of those originals on there. Coming to my final verdict. This is an album that has seen quite rightly quite some success. I think the chart positions are out for most major markets. Top 10 in Germany, top 10 in the USA, top 10 in Japan. That says a lot. So I think the release strategy with different editions worked out quite well. And rightfully so, because this album is great in my opinion. The new tracks, absolutely bomb. So I think they kept quite some of the best stuff until the release and didn't release it. But yeah, in general, I think what I would say, despite most of the collabs being great, the originals are so good. I want more of those. The originals are all banger. So I think the album would have been even stronger with more originals on there. Now, where would I rank Metal Force among the 5 albums Babymetal has released so far? I think for me, in the middle, 3rd place, right behind the first 2 albums. Why do the first 2 albums rank higher? Yeah, because they have the essential Babymetal tracks on them. Headbanger, Karate, Road to Resistance, all of those goodness. There's, I think, no track besides White Flame that goes to that excellence of those old bangers. But on the other hand, I think this is an album of strong singles. There's not a bad song among them. despite me not liking Hong Kong so much, there's no skip, no filler. It's all, I think, very, very, very strong. And to be quite honest, with Metal Galaxy and with the other one, I had some skips. There are some tracks where I'd say, yeah, okay, nice to listen, but if I would, if they would come up in my regular playlist, I would skip them. On Metal Force, not the case. Beside Hong Kong, sorry, bloody what. So in general, this is an absolute banger of an album. I would rate it a 9 out of 10 or 4.5 or 5 stars or something like this. I love it. I love it. I can't wait until the next album of Babymetal already right now. I'm very much looking forward to seeing all of the new tracks performed live at some stage during pro shots and concert DVDs and stuff like that. Maybe, hopefully, we get another music video or two out of it. Looking forward to that. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'd like to know your top 3 tracks, for example, or where you would rank their new album among the other albums of Babymetal. Let me know down in the comments. If you liked my review, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and everyone, bye bye until the next time.